This conference will now be recorded.
So every session will be recorded and then will be published in the Telegram channel itself after the completion of the webinar. So we'll start the session. Before that, I'll share my screen also. Okay, so this is one small presentation I started with so that to give some understanding matter. Don't think that it's too much theoretical. We are going to practical also today. We'll go that and let me just take you through that one by one. So we are going to see everything in and out about Excel, how it's going to helpful in our life. About myself, I'll just tell my name. My name is Ramesh, and I've been working in the Gulf for almost 15 plus years. My passion was MIS, numbers, Excel, and training people. And I have taken this passion as my profession also, and I'm enjoying this day by day. So, I mean, everybody wanted to do that actually, but no, it's a gift that somebody has to practice that passion as their profession. It definitely is a God's gift. So everybody should try to make the profession the passion. Even sometimes I work for even early morning 2 o'clock also, but I don't feel tired actually. If I want power nap, I can take a power nap in the afternoon also as wish. That's the beauty of having passion as your profession. Okay, so day one, let us see what is there in the plate, and we'll try to give some insight on the information what we're going to cover. So this is the Power Excel training. The name itself, the given for that is because of Power Apps, which you go to learn about the Power BI, Power Query, Power Pivot, and all. So like everybody know, a lot of people are there is aware of Excel. Everybody knows how to work in Excel here in this group, I'm sure. In that, how many of you are aware of pivot table? How many of you know how to use pivot table? What is pivot table? How to use? How many of you know?
I am not, sir.
I'm not, sir.
Oh, okay. Because there is a research done and by the one of the Excel team where they mentioned that only 5% of the Excel users know how to use pivot table. Pivot table is a very simple thing actually speaking, but that itself only 5% people know actually. We'll learn that also. And in that 5% people, only 0.5% of people know Power Pivot, Power Query, or Power BI. Not even 5.5%, we can tell less than 0.1% only. So now in that entire population of the world population knowing Excel and then pivot table, in that knowing Power BI, Power Query, you're going to be less than just a small drop in the entire world who knows this knowledge actually. So you'll be privileged to know these things, and once start using it, you're going to cut a lot of manpower actually. But that's the negative part of it that we cannot avoid it actually. So because when I started implementing this in my company, almost 25 to 30 people who got transferred from other department because that job is no more relevant actually, become redundant actually. Because so much people are working on something which is not required at all after implementing this Power BI and all. So data is power, data is asset. Once you know, because NSE is publishing so much of data that if you start using it, analyzing it, that is a big gift for the traders actually. And it helps us in decision making, no doubt about that. And there is something called 3-second rule actually. So if you want any report, you want in just 3 seconds something, then only it is worth it. If you take more time, then it is not worth it. That's a research tells actually. Maybe if anybody working in a company, definitely a lot of people know that if you want a report, okay, there's a olden times nowadays. I don't know how people are using it. If you want a report, then you have to ask IT department, then they will make a report and give to you, something like that. Some of you have something like experience. They ask a report to IT department, they'll give the report. It happens for anybody? Okay, nobody is there like that. Then any report you wanted, then you have to collect your report and then prepare the report on your own. That's what then everybody does in their company actually. So in that case, then how to get the report, what kind of data, how you to maintain the data, and how to make it simplified, how the space will occupy. That's all very important because you will have a lot of data, but coordinating that, synchronizing, and keeping that data in a proper way is very important to ensure that you retrieve the data in the fastest time for reporting purpose. Okay, now let us see here the quality. Okay, now after this course you should be an Excel hero, that's for sure, no doubt about this. But we want your clear coordination and enough attention also. But I'll be giving you some homeworks. Okay, what happens that whenever I'm giving homework for even financial strategy, some people do, 25% people do homework very dedicatedly. Some people don't do it because of time constraint or whatever reason. But unless you start doing the homework, you'll not be able to improve your skills on this actually. Okay, so whenever I'm giving homework, it is in your benefit, you start doing it so that I'll be able to support you if there is a problem or something then you are not doing correct. So we're going to learn about M language, Power Query. Okay, these are all just some insight. Nothing to worry. You're not going to learn anything from this. Just what you're going to learn. I'm just giving insight, and you're going to be one of the few people who knows these tools actually, Power Apps. Okay, so definitely you are going to what I'm going to learn all these years. I'm going to give you in a very simple thing language, layman's language, so that each and even small kid know this. Okay, that's my objective, and I'm sure I'll be able to deliver this also. Something called tax formulas you are going to learn, important tax formulas, not everything, so that you know at least to deploy that in your day-to-day life for making the reports, you'll be able to use it actually. And macros also going to tell you like how simple macros can be done for your daily use, which you want to automate in your Excel reports. That also you're going to learn. Data management. So this is one important thing you should know now. Data management, if you see, if you, for example, any data where you want to get the report, that's a very important thing. The 6 points I'm going to give you. Just ensure that you ensure this data is having these characters. That's very important. Data should be structured. For example, if you take the FNO BAV copy, so I'm just giving everything in the trader's perspective so that you'll be able to correlate. If you see the BAV copy, FNO BAV copy is there, data same structure, heading will be the same, and same data format, everything will be same for each and every day. So that what happens, the data structure, then when you want to combine the data, analyze, it will be easy. For example, today the NSE publishes with different heading, tomorrow different heading, and then sometimes change the heading front and back, or the character they say changes. Something keep on changing, then it will not be possible for you to collate, because there is nobody can recognize that easily understanding how the data is structured. So data structure is very important, and the uniformity, consistency is very important. Space management, how you store the data is very important. For example, BAV copy is having 50,000 rows. 50,000 rows you want to store. Today also I just mentioned about this in my this thing Excel. I'll show you here. So this is the BAV copy. I just got 1 day's BAV copy of 20th August here for sample purpose. You can see 53,000 rows are there. So 53,000 rows, let us take only 50,000 rows is there in the one BAV copy, and 18 trading days into 12 months. So total 10 crores 80 lakhs is the total rows you can see in the BAV copy for 1 year data. 1 crore 8 lakhs, 1 crore 8 lakhs rows will be there for 1 year of data. So same I want to analyze for 5 years of data, means then it's going to be 5 crore 40 lakhs. The total rows available in Excel is only 10 lakh 48,000, 10.5 lakhs roughly. And you cannot occupy the entire data, these rows for this, definitely it become difficult for Excel to handle, and it can crash. So most of the times Excel crashes because of using the entire rows. Though the system is available for using 10.5 lakhs rows, you'll not able to use entire sales resources for using this FNO BAV copy. So 5.4 crores of data. So definitely you can analyze. If you have this 5.4 crores of data, how you'll be able to do this in your real life actually? Anybody have done it before? Maybe like I have more than 20 lakhs of rows, and how you handle? Somebody would have handled possibly in your profession. Anybody handled? Nobody?
I have not handled, sir. I have not.
No, huh? Okay.
No.
Assume this Power BI, Power Query was not there. Any idea? Any idea? You have any suggestion that how it could be handled? If you know Microsoft products, you can tell. Anybody? That is one tool given in 2000 itself.
To access.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. You got the point. So Access was the one tool which was given by Microsoft to use, where you can have so much of data you can handle. Definitely the size will be little big, but Access definitely is helping you to do that actually. But now not required. We have got very sophisticated tool for handling this. So now you can see like for 5 years of data by front of BAV copy, you have 5.4 crores of rows actually, and that is highly impossible for Excel to handle. But definitely we will know how to use this even 5 crores of data also into our Excel.
Right.
Can somebody mute please? Somebody has uh, everybody please mute after speaking. Please don't give disturbance to others. Okay, now once you will know how to use this 5.4 crores also, you can bring into this Excel and use it actually effectively. But there will be some delay, some lag will be there because of we'll have going to bring huge data into this. We will see that's how to do that also. Okay, so this is a reference point for all our reports and everything. The cash market data, F&O bow copy, and other reports we are going to use in and out for our all analysis reports, learning, and so on. Now next is ability to retrieve multi-dimensional report. So once your data in a proper structured way, then you'll be able to retrieve. The objective should be that when you want multiple dimensional report, different types of reports, the data should be proper. So only you'll be able to retrieve the data in a proper way. For example, let me show an example. For example, you have month-wise data. Now somebody keep maintain the data in like January, February, March, like that. You keep on maintaining the data here, and you keep the year, something like that. So whenever you keep like this data, it is not structured way. Let me check till December like this. So this is one dimension. This dimension is not a proper way to handle the data. Now it should be like this. You keep a column called month, and then keep month, Jan, Feb, March, and so on. This is the way you should keep actually. So if you keep the data like this, then it is easy for multi-dimensional report. Anything you want to make a quarter report, half-yearly wise report, monthly report, anything you can do it if you have the data like this structured. The number of rows should be minimal. Number of columns can be more. Number of rows can be more, but columns should be very minimal. That is called in Power Pivot language. It's called vertipack compression. Okay, so when you have number of columns limited, the size is very less, and you can have any number of rows. That's not a problem. Rows is not a problem at all. But if you have more columns, then it will consume more size actually. So number of columns should be minimum actually. That's very important rule in this using this our setup. Manual calculation at source should be avoided. Any calculation you are doing, everything should be happening in the system only, so that you ensure that the formula, you do some formula here in the Excel, and then you transfer it to the file. So additionally, what happens, you can see more data in Excel. All the calculations should be done in the system so that the less data is consumed. So all calculations, remember, you should have in the system only, not in the Excel or anywhere outside. Redundant data should be eliminated for reporting purpose. You may have redundant data. For example, in the bow copy, if you see here, you can see a lot of data where open interest 0, change open interest 0. This is a redundant data. This one should be eliminated for reporting purpose. So the data source can be there. We cannot tell NSE to not to publish this report, this data. They will be publishing this data, but for reporting purpose, reducing the space, you have to delete these things so that your space will be compressed. Now, for example, in this 53,000 rows, if you see here, let me just remove when the 0 I don't want to have, then the number of rows becomes only 12,902 rows. If you see here, 12,902 rows only is there. So 12,902 equal to 12,902 divided by 53,298 means you're reducing 70% space just only following this rule actually. So this is the way how you reduce the space and increase the efficiency of your reports. So these are the formula you have to remember while preparing your reports. Next, leave the cleaning job to the Power Apps. So any cleaning to be done, then you should not do manually. That all will be done in Power Query. Okay, that's the beauty of Power Query actually. Let me show you an example of the F&O bow copy report. Everybody knows the NSE India that publishing the this report. Participant is open interest. So let me just go to that reports here. And then see, you're not going to learn anything. I'm just telling the importance of how to maintain the data actually. That's the important concept you have to understand from this. So here, if you see, I'm going a little fast on this because there is no learning in this. Only the rules you have to follow for data management. If you see here, data participant is open interest data is there. Okay. Or I will take this report, F&O derivative statistics. This report is one published by the NSE. So I'm just opening the data. Let me just open that and see. So if you see here, how the data is maintained here, they put some rows here, which is not useful. Just given the formula here, some formula they given here, and then they give us an index futures. Is a text form. It's not number here. It's a text actually, and they put some heading here for 27th August, and this is the way how the data is given to us. Now you want your important information is only this much information is required for you. Other things are not information required. Is not important for you. So how to consume this important information only and clean up this activity every time. Every time you are getting the data, you have to clean up this, delete this, you have to delete this, and take down the date. how to make this a meaningful report, useful report. And you would have seen in my daily YouTube video also, like one cell I'll be showing what is the FI data selling, how much for the day, how many futures not they sold. That information we're getting from here, and without any cleaning job from your side, everything is given to the Power Query to do it. Your job is only to analyze the data, not cleaning the data or doing all this hanky-panky job to clean up the data, delete the rows, columns and all. That's not your job. You are giving the job to the Power Query to handle that. So as and when I'm just telling you something, I'm just giving you example also, so that you will not forget, or you will not be able to correlate, that problem will not be there. Okay, so these are the important rules. I just recollect this. This one, each and every rule is very important, and ensure to follow this. If you have a data outside like NSE, should be all the data is proper, and if it's not proper, how to clean it up, we'll see. But in case you are using in other applications or your other day-to-day life or an office or some other source, then you can follow these rules. Now, what are things we are going to learn? It's just a summary, just glimpse of what you're going to learn. I mentioned here, and just see here, our sessions going to be around between 4 to 5 p.m. every day, Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes the session can be increased by half an hour or something, like depending, because we are not sure whether we'll be able to cover in the 1 hour time on when you start a topic. Sometimes it can spill over, so you should be just cooperative and hope nobody is having any issues, because sometimes we have to do that. Otherwise, cutting exactly like a school, no, we cannot cut every 1 hour and then go out and then come next day, because the touch will not be there, because we have 2 sessions only in a week, and that sessions will be very, very productive. And during the 5 days available, you have to do a lot of homework, and you might be facing some problems, because first time you're trying it. So once you try, some problem will come, then we can discuss in the next session. Then you'll be able to fix the problems, then you can proceed to the next areas. So these are the things. Maybe you can leave things like alien language, something like that. Don't worry about that. So just for information purpose only, I mentioned here, you'll be learning one by one. So originally planned for 10 sessions, looking like possible that can go for more than that also. So I'm sure you're not having any issue on that, because you'll get more value for money. That's what my objective also. You also have same objective. And if you have any real life situation, maybe in your company or in a personal there's some research, something like that, any data is there analyzing and it's taking a lot of time in Excel, you're not able to figure out how to do it on yourself in the first 4 5 after 4 5 sessions, then you can transfer me the data, some random data if you want. If you don't want to share, then I can show you how it can be done, and others also can benefit from that. But however, what are the rules I'm teaching you? If you start practicing it, definitely you can be able to do it on your own independently. No doubt about that. Every time webinar link after the recording will be posted in the channel without any problem. You can just go through the later also, and the PPT also will be shared where relevant, and Excel files which are used for the using the class also will be shared to you for your reference. Now, some basics will make it clear actually. So for using the certain features in Office 365, it is better that you can file Office 365 original from the Microsoft website. It will cost you around 6,200 rupees per year, and you'll get 1 TB space per person. 6 person can use it actually. Microsoft 365 family, if you go for it, is costing you 619 per month or 6,199 per year. So this is the cost actually it is incurred. Or you can go for this buying this software from the non-official link, which is buykeysonline.com. This website, you can get that product for 799, but no guarantee that how much time it work, because this one I bought 6 months back. It's working till now, no issues. And before I bought from shopcruise.com, it was working for 6 months. After that, it started stopping the website, subscription stopped and all coming. So better that you go for whatever you want to go. It's up to you. You know the risk involved in this, because you pay only 799, which is 1 month cost actually. So something goes wrong after 1 month also, it's worth it. But still, there is a problem that the files are stored in OneDrive. If you're storing, then there is a problem. So depending on your requirement, your affordability, you can go for the option. Now there is a way you can get this Office 365 official version for use also. How we can do it? Now I bought this for this Microsoft family of subscription by paying this, and I can share up to 5 members this one, and you have to pay 1,500 per year for this if you want. Or 6 members in this team can share, join together and buy. 1 person take the lead, and you can share the cost, and it'll cost you only 1,033 rupees per year. So if you go for his annual subscription, monthly means it'll be different cost. So it's up to you like how you pull together and get this done. Okay, so I given the options for you. So it's up to you how you coordinate yourself and get the official version, so that you don't be having a problem of losing the data, or some features not visible or not working. Those things you can avoid actually. So just I'm giving a small briefing on like what is Power Query. I will be telling about Power Query, Power BI and all, what is all about. We just have an overview. So there are two add-ins given by the Excel actually. This is a business intelligence tool. Business intelligence is a self-service tool. It's called self-service tool because earlier times when the company was working, where the reports you wanted, the IT department used to handle all the reporting work. So they'll make some report using that C plus Java, what and all programs. They'll develop some report and they'll give it to you. But what happened over a period of time, lot of developments happened, and the people don't want to be, depend on the IT department for the reports. Everybody want to prepare their own reports because the mindset of each and every department is different, and they don't wait for the reports. Because when you ask some report from IT department, they'll tell you, sir, tomorrow afternoon we'll give you, or evening I'll give you, whatever. You're dependent on them. So Microsoft wanted to cut all these lags, and they want every person to be self-dependent, and they want to make their own reports. That's called business intelligence tool. So self-service business intelligence tool is what offered by the Microsoft, and the platform for this is Power Query, Power Pivot. And after some time they launched Power BI, where you have these features of this Power Query, Power BI is there, and lot of cloud solutions also, where it can publish online. It has a lot of tools also. Okay, so this is a Power BI. It's a sophisticated tool or self-service tool which is available for free, and there is no charges for this, and it is completely free. And similar self-service Power BI the business intelligence tool will cost you thousands and thousands of rupees, and definitely it is not affordable for many. So this is a big gift of Microsoft. So with the objective of making some money in the future possibly, but as of now it's free. So when we see about Power Query, what is Power Query all about? So Power Query is a data cleaning tool. We can tell simply in a small simple language you want to tell is data cleaning tool. And as example, I showed you just now about this FA data, how you're getting so much of clustered data, and you can clean the data using Power Query. Every time it will do the cleaning of the job for you, the way how you wanted. One time you tell how to clean, it will clean every time for you and give in a proper structured way. And it's very user friendly, no coding required, nothing required, and it is very simple to use. And once you know how it's working, everything is a option given to you. I will show one small demonstration of how this can be used in Power Query. So nothing to remember or something, just this example what I told you. I'm telling you Jan, Feb, March. Okay, like this you have some data like this, and we have something like this till December. Okay, something like this there, and then I have some data here. Sales, this is sales data. Assume I have sales data like this month on month. I'm just keeping sales for the year 2020. Okay, something like this. I'm keeping one. Okay, one. Maybe I can tell for products. Okay, I'll tell products. I'm keeping sales. Product A, product B. Okay, and so on. Let me just see here. So now I'm just not able to do this. So what I do here, I have some small function here which I can use here. I'll use here as a product 1 2 3 for use. Okay, I use a sequence. I want to use 20 rows, comma, one column, and start one and step one. So I'll tell here product. I'll just add the product. So don't worry too much about this. Just see this, and that's very important. So product 1 2 3 4 I'm giving. Okay, and here I'll give you 12 20 into 12. I want to use 20 into 12 actually. So I'll just give some random numbers actually. 20 rows. I want 12 columns, and minimum is I want 10,000, and maximum is 25,000. Integer, I want integer. So I got some random numbers before you. So it took just having some random number. It takes not more than 1 minute or so. Okay, now you got the number of data here. Now this data is such a way that I cannot use it actually. If you want a month, quarter wise I wanted, year wise I want the data in such a way that product and month, then sales is the way I wanted. So you want like this data, then what I do is you cut paste. Okay, normally you do cut paste. Anybody have come across like these situations practically?
Yes,
Anybody?
we have come across
Yes,
this kind
yes.
of situation.
Yes. So now what you do manually, if you have some small data like this, you can do cut paste, you can do all these things. But I want like this, this is very difficult for me.
Function.
Pardon?
There is a transpose function that we use while
In
testing.
Excel, in
Yeah,
Excel.
in Excel. Yeah.
Okay, so let us see the other way how we can do in Power Query. Transpose also like how much of data you do. For example, I have data like this. Let me show you. Like I have 200 rows. Okay, 200 rows of data is there. Assume like this. Okay, now it becomes not hectic for you, correct? Too much of data is there for you to hectic. So I don't want to do that actually. And the simple, I'll just show you for simple purpose only. Now here, let me just paste question here. I don't want to do all these things now. What I do here, select the data here, select the data, and I want to show how to load the data. Now just here load data, load data. This is the place where you can see Power Query. All the tools are here. First, I want to take the data into the Power Query. So this I want to convert to table so that I can take into the Power Query. Now I taken this is telling you my table as headers. I just tell okay. Now, when you tell data to go into this like this, this is a Power Query module. It has gone into this Power Query model. Enter data what you have taken into this. Now, what I do, I want transpose. This is what you told. I think Dr. Rizil, you're telling the transpose. The same thing is there here, but it can handle scalability is there for this. Now, what I do here, if you select here column, you cannot do any change in the data here. Type anywhere, nowhere you'll be able to select the data, type the data. Manipulation not possible. Everything is automated, no manipulation. Just you can do the cleaning, water trimming, whatever you want to do it. Select the data here, what you want to do, transpose. Select this data, entire data by pressing shift. By pressing shift, you can select entire data. Now, transform. There is an option for transform. Unpivot columns. You can see here unpivot columns. Click this. You got it done. That's it. Now here in the attribute you can just share month. Now the heading is the value is there. What is the format of this? You can select here. I want to list the whole number. Okay, already the whole number is there, and digital product. Okay, name I given you. And now I'll tell close and load. Now I'll tell close and load. Now what happened here? The data is coming into this. Okay. Now the data is already there into this. I want the data to be loaded to the Excel now. What I do here? Insert pivot table, existing sheet. Okay, now table 1 is there. Now I'll tell here, sorry, this is the original, this is the table converted data, product, month, value. Okay, now month I want like this, you can get like this. I want like this, you can get here. Product I can get here. What fashion you want, you can get here. I want product in selection like this, I want like this, you can get. Or month here, and product you want, you can get like this. So it's like you just play around with the data, and whatever data you wanted, you get in no time. And another beauty is now is the data. Now I have another product added actually. Product 21 is what I added actually. So let me just do some copy and paste here for random purpose. Now the data added here. Now once the data is added here, come here, just refresh here. That's it. Once you refresh the data here, automatically it converts that the cleaning job is done by the Power Query, and your data, whatever format you wanted, that is giving you. So this is the way how Power Query works. Just want to demonstrate the cleaning job what Power Query can do. So everybody is clear on this, the concept, what is how the cleaning is done by Power Query?
Yes.
So how many of you are excited with this Power Query feature?
I'm excited.
Who is recently okay, great. So like this, you're going to see hundreds and hundreds of tools, and your job, like all these days, you might be wondering how much of man hours I wasted in my life. So that's the what realization we get
Honestly
after this course.
speaking, in the last month, almost 1 month, we wasted solving this kind of problem.
My God. So it was late for me to start this session actually. Okay. Now this is one of the features what Power Query can give you, and thousands and thousands of features like this possible. So we are going to see one by one. What I'll do, I'll just save this here and give you save this in your where I can save in your desktop. Where I can save us in or okay. Then I'll create a folder. This one transpose unpivot columns. Okay, this is the file. So what I'll do, I'll send the file to you. You can practice this, you can understand this. Okay, now let me just come out of this and we'll go to the presentation here. So Power Query, you saw that how cleaning can be done by the Power Query in no time. Just in a fraction of time it happens, and no effort is then taken by the Power Query. For only the effort is the time of setting up the file, what you want to do, that's what you have defined. That's it. And no coding is required. If you see no need of C plus or Java or .NET or etc., nothing is required. Just you have to understand how it is working. It's very simple to use self-service BI tool. Okay, because there is no need of any IT skills required for this particularly. Your logical creativity, that's it important. And if you know what are the features available in Power Query, that is very important. If you know all the features, then you know what to use, when you use. This is very important. If you don't know the list of functions, then it's difficult for you to know how we can do it. So extract, transform, load. These are three qualities of Power Query. First, you have to extract the data, then you transform the data and load the data into the reports what you wanted. Now this is a simple way how we're telling you, and symbolically hardworking Excel user transforming into proper data using Power Query. And this raw data, so much of cluster is there, so much of dust is there, and all everything cleaned up and put in the proper way, the way how you wanted the data to clean it up. So you can use CSV file, Excel, PDF, web access, and so on, whatnot. Everything you can use. Even you can get the Facebook data also. Okay, you have Facebook data, link it, and you can download the Facebook data, what comments you give, and so on, and how many posts you give, link, likes, and all. Those are all possible also using Power Query. And this is the benefits actually for if you want to practice this Power BI tool using Visual Basic formulas and all. It takes so much of time, actually several years also possible. But using Power Query, your learning curves very fast, and you become a Power BI user or a report developer and whatnot in no time. Okay, now Power Query as add-in. If you don't have Office 365, so somebody cannot afford, you feel, and it is very difficult because it costs only 1,000 rupees per month. And if you join together 6 people, it is a matter of coordination. So how you coordinate yourself? If you don't know how to coordinate, then you have to pay another 500 rupees more, and pay to me, and I will give to you. You have to send a mail, and I will give to you. The cost of coordination is 500 rupees for you. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to coordinate among yourself, because the channel also is there, and you can coordinate. But better that you coordinate outside the channel so that there is no confusion. Maybe I can how, for example, you want to get some inputs from the channel from different people. How you get it actually? You want to get response from different people on some topics. Maybe like for example, you are conducting a get together. You want to know from all the people what is the food taste, what is the location requirement, what is the lookout for that, how many members are there. If you want to capture, how you do it actually normally in a WhatsApp channel or Telegram channel or something like that. How do you do? You say 100 members are there in the channel, and you want to get preference of all the people and collate everything in some place and come to a conclusion.
We form a group and
No, group is there already.
Google Sheet.
Now, Google Sheet.
Yeah.
Google Sheet, how will you do? Google Sheet, how will you do?
Google form people send it now, then you fill in your details and share it.
Yes, that's the way. Okay, so when you have so much of people, Google form, you have to use it. Everybody know how to use Google form?
I don't know, but I know
Yes,
that this
yes.
kind of thing exists.
Yes.
Okay,
we know.
you can just try to today I have to just take note of this forms.google.com, and you can create a home form. It just takes matter of seconds. You can try it out. Okay, it's one of the very good tool if you want to collect information from so many people, and you can get all the report in Excel and the Google Sheet actually. So Power Query add-in, you can download from the internet, Microsoft website, and you can install this, and you can see the data tab you can get from the. If you see here the data, the Power Query will not be there. So that if you have to download a separate add-in here, so that will be enabled for other versions. If you have adding 2016, 2019, or any other version, then you have to download this add-in separately because it's not available as a built-in. For Office 365, it is a built-in add-in actually for this data Power Query. So what are things we are going to learn today? We'll see here how to load some data. We'll see some 3 important functions which is available in Office 365, which is can make your life very easy, and how to load the data from Excel into Excel for processing huge data. Even this 1 crore data also, how we can load into the Excel, we're going to learn, and create some small reports using Power Query, Power Pivot. That also we'll see today. Okay, let me just close this now. For this, this Power Pivot is PowerPoint is not required anymore now. Now I have Bow copy like this here. Example. So maybe you can have something else also. There's no problem. Now I want to get something like this here. When I type here Z, okay, Z or Nifty, this expiry I wanted. The information I got here. This is the information you can get here. As you can see, this information I got here, and how much time it takes. It takes less than how much time? It is 170 rows actually. So this is what you will get here using the Excel function for filter. Okay. Now for this, how to use the filter function, we'll do it actually. Now let me take the entire data here from here. Control C. I'll just put a new worksheet here. Control C, and I'll put here the entire same thing. Okay. Now what I do here, I use filter function. The same row heading, everything is here. The total rows is almost 53,299 rows. I want to get the data for only Bank Nifty from here. Okay, only Bank Nifty. I want the data into this actually. So use filter function. Use filter array. Array. What is array? This data set is called array. So I'll select entire the data here. Okay, now this one you can ignore the heading actually. This data, entire data you can select here. Then press comma. Then what I want to include means what is the condition you want to give. That's what's asking actually. Now we'll select here from column B till end here. In this I want to know only Bank Nifty. Close. So this is the condition. If there is no Bank Nifty into this, what I want the result? I'll tell here NE. Okay, what happened here? Something missing. Okay, let's just put here. It's not accepting here. Something missing. Oh, sorry. Okay, what I not put forget equal to. Put equal to. So what you do is here, what is the condition you want to give? That's what you have to give here. Equal to Bank Nifty. In the column B, you have to put this entire row you selected here. This what B Bank Nifty is what I want to look out and extract here. So here, if you see 1,994 rows are there. That information you got everything in no time. The same structure, you're using the same structure here. Now let us cross check here whether the Excel is calculating properly the using filter function. I'll see Bank Nifty filter here. You can see 1,991 rows here, and here how many rows? 1,991 rows. Okay, it's working properly. Now we can put the same format here. In the date format, Control Shift 3. Date format, Control Shift 3. Okay, now we got this data here. Now every time I go here and change the Bank Nifty, I don't want to do that. I want to make it a proper way, simple way. So what I do here, I'll just keep a separate cell here. I'll make it some highlight color. I'll tell here maybe Bank Nifty. I want to type here, and whenever I type here, it will pick up. So it becomes a variable. So what I do here, I'll go here and remove this semicolon. What manually I put inside this. Instead of that, I'll just refer to the cell reference. And better I'll use some dollar sign here using F4. When you press F4, you get dollar sign. Enter. Now it will take automatically from here the whatever you input here that will get here. So when you type here Nifty, you get for Nifty. When you type for ACC, you get for ACC. And you type for Fin Nifty, you will get Fin Nifty. IGL, you will get IGL. IGL, you will get IGL. For example, something you type here, if it's not available, you can just type here, comma, NE. Data not available. I want to get the message here. For example, instead of IG, let type IG. Data not available, get. Then Axis Bank. So what happens? This kind of data you want to filter. Normally, what you do, you go here, go to filter, apply the filter, and do all these things. Correct? So, how you feel about this function, filter function? Is it useful for your life?
Very much.
It is useful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very useful.
Now it is. Let us see the next condition. Now I want to add the expiry also here. I want to put the expiry date also. Let me just cut and paste here. If you want to move this, for example, against each of the heading, I want a proper way. I want means then cut and paste. Control X, Control V. Now I want expiry of August also. I wanted. Let me just see for Bank Nifty. You have weekly expiry also, correct? So I want only expiry date also. I want to give us a condition. How I can do here? Now I'll tell here 26th August. So this is let us say 26th August. So this is another condition is there. Let me just put a filter here. Now what I do here, I'll give a condition now. Go here, put a open bracket here, and then tell into, okay, into sign, and then what you do here, bow copy. In this place, what you want to give filter, what you do here, select here, equal to, and then same logic what you given, no? The filter condition here. Where is this? This sheet one. This one, just click here, F4 $sign, then close the bracket, enter. 1 minute, something mistake. Let me remove this. Close the bracket. Oh, what mistake I made? Okay, maybe I have to give two things separately. Let me just do this. So I give separately. Actually, you have to give in the bracket. No, the bracket I missed actually. So bracket you give separately for this. If you see here, I'm giving column B equal to this B1 symbol, and the column C I'm giving the filter for this 26th August. You can give multiple conditions. Now if you see here, everything is 26th August only. You can see here. Now I want for the strike price. Like Vijay, you are there? Are you here, Vijay? Vijay is there. Yes. Vijay.
Yes,
Vijay,
yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you want your favorite 36,000 is the number. Okay, let me just take that also. So now you want for 36,000 here your strike price. Then what I'll do here, into, and I'll tell here strike price this one. Then select this equal to 36,000 here, and close the bracket, enter. Oh, another bracket missing. Okay, now I got this. So we have call and put only 30,000 you got. Clear? Now you have assumed that 4 or 5 bow copies are there here. You will get like this. Depending on what is your requirement, you can do the filter condition, multiple conditions, and get the data. So just you can select the data here. What data you want? 2nd September. Okay, I'm not sure it's available. 2nd September is there? Yes, 2nd September is there. I want for Nifty. Nifty, I want say 14,500. I want. I'll get such a easy thing. How you feel? Is easy or difficult, or what is your opinion on this? Any doubts on this? Clear?
So actually, we need to practice all these things.
Yes, of course.
So how to write these commands?
Yes.
So now,
If you
in the
can
front,
give us a small literature, no, that how you are writing these commands, then
no,
it will
see, I
help
just
us.
again, see, I just put. That's the reason I started from basic actually. It contains three formulas actually. Equal to filter, the starting, okay. Then array is the data. What's the entire data you want to select? That is selected here. Starting from this row, entire thing, the data is selected here. So this is the first step. data. You're inputting what data you want to consider for your analysis. Second. Next, what filter you want to give? That's the second part. You can see here, you can see the array, everything coming when you're typing here. Now in the symbol, I want to type here everything, select everything, and I want equal to Nifty. Okay, now close the bracket. Now I got for Nifty. So there are only two things you have to give. What is the data you want to consider, and what is the filter you want to give? That's it. Now, once you go to the next step, you are giving multiple filters actually. You can give the filter of, okay, this filter I want symbol, then second filter of date, expiry, and third filter of this strike price. You can build on like this. So these are two things you can know from this filter condition filter. Okay, so yeah, so you need to practice this reason. You have to practice this. So what will practice? Transform. The transform thing I told you that you can practice, and then the filter condition you can practice. Okay. So this one I will give to you as a sample. This file will transfer to you after the. Hello. Yes.
Yeah. What if we required a few data only, means few columns only?
That is separately because I don't want to pump in so much actually. So we'll show you also how it can be done. That will be little next level. Okay. Because if I tell everything, then you get confused possibly. I will take up this one. I'll maybe next session tomorrow. I will tell you that. Okay. So what session, what condition, what columns you wanted? For example, I wanted only symbol. Sorry, symbol. I want expiry date. I want expiry also giving me condition. So I want only a call option from here to here only. I wanted here. Assume like this. That you can do it also. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see that one on this, so that you can take next level tomorrow. So this sheet I'll give to you filter condition. This what are I given to you that I just keep it in this place here, filter condition. And this one this another file I create same thing only. No problem. Then next function what we learn is sequence. Sequence is function where you can get the list of numbers in the way how you want it actually. Very simple concept. Equal to SEQ UNC sequence. How many rows of data you wanted? 10 rows of data I want. How many columns you wanted? Say one column only I want. How many is not a starting point? I want starting from 1, and then I want to increase by 1. Just these are things you have to give. You can see everything is given on its own, self-driven actually. No need to remember also. Just till close. Now you got 10 rows, 1 column data. Now I want 10 columns data, and just here in the columns I mentioned 10. You got 10 columns of data, say 10 rows of data. Now I want to start from 1. Instead of that, I want to start from 5. You get from 5. I want to in the multiples of 5 instead of 1. I put here 5. We'll get here 5. 5, 10, 15 like that. We'll get. So this is a sequence function works actually, and you can use it for different purposes in different way how you want it. It's all depends on your requirement actually. So this sequence function is available. That's the reason you have to know all the functions available, so that use the right thing in the right time. Not everything should be used every time. You have to use the right thing in the right time so that you'll be more effective. Now I want some name should be coming actually, as I mentioned, product or something. Assume I want a product, one standard description I want to come before the start of these numbers, product, something like this. Then what I do, product, double quotes, close it, the text I'm giving, and ampersand I'll give here. Then for before everything I'll get the name product actually. Like this. You can give any name, A, B, C, C, D, Y, X, Y, Z, whatever name you can give, that also will come here. So this sequence function is available in Office 365. You can try it out, the sequence. You have to know this, that's it. Very simple thing only. You have to know this and use in the right time so that you can be helpful. Sequence is second function. Next, third function. We're going to see only 3 functions and not more actually. Only 3 functions we'll see, so that you will be little free to use more things in the coming days. Next is unique function. I want to know list of expiry dates in the bow copy, whatever is there actually. So I want to see what are the list of expiry dates. So what I do here, type here equal to unique command. Then array means data. Array means data. You have to select data. Which column? You don't want to select entire data. I want to select only this one. Okay. For example, the header I wanted also. I'll select the header and then select the entire thing and comma close. By written by unique rows. I want unique rows actually, because only one column is there. Unique rows I wanted. Then exactly every distinct item I want, close. Now everything, all the expiry dates which is for this data you're getting here. So without any visa, you can see here, you can see the formula here. Everywhere you can see the same formula only, but it's array. It's called array. Everything comes in just same time only, and you cannot insert row. For example, I want to insert row means you cannot do it. Let me just delete this, which is there already given. Okay. Now if I, because this you can insert separately, but here I cannot insert. Okay, insert row it comes. Okay, that is not a problem. Before it was not possible. Okay, that's not a problem. Insert row is possible. I'm getting here. So these are the function unique works. So all unique values you can take from the data, lot of data in no time. For example, you are adding here some data. You can see here 20 June 26 here. Let me just change here some date here. The bow copy 1/1/2030. Okay, I'm putting here. Or unique. You can see 1/230. It's a live on the fly data getting updated. No need for any calculation something. It takes it on the live environment.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yes, Rizal.
The question is, when you pasted the numbers, you got some numbers 445 something. You converted it into the date. What shortcut you have used?
Control Shift 3.
Control Shift and
3. Number 3.
Okay. Thank you.
Because every time you go there and here right click format, it will take a lot of time. Certain things you should remember so that it's easy for you and time saving also. So we learned 3 functions: filter, sequence, and unique. Please try this actually functions at home, and different data bow copy you can take, cash market data you can take, or you can ask your child to write some dates and all, whatever fashion you can type, or you can type your own dates. In case you wanted some random numbers, for example, now let us take this the format of the number. You can see 44,434 is what is number? Can somebody tell why this number comes? What is the number? What is number represents? Nobody? Nobody? Can somebody try?
This is the day number, day's number, right? In the from
What
the
is number? Number is clear, but what is the date? No, Bharat is selling day since 1975. You are conceptually correct, but year is not correct. So this is the date format. The number of days starting from 1st Jan 1900. Okay, this is date starting from 1st Jan 1900. Let us take a date here, and date to this date is what? 26th August 2021. 26th August 2021. When you days number of days, you multiply minus. Oh, I have to count this. First one, no? Okay. 4443. Plus 1, including that date. You can see this is what. So that this number, this date number is format is starting from 1st Jan 1900. How many days are gone? That's what. For example, here date which is before 1900. For example, 1/1/1890. Okay, something put here. It's not converting. It's not understanding actually. It will not come here. You see, you cannot understand. What is this? Okay, so we learned today unique function, sequence function, filter function, and try it out different in this. Then you'll be able to go through this, and we can go to the next session actually. So today we'll have one more thing also, how to load the data. I think that one is very important also, and we'll show you how to download the Power BI. That also we'll try to see today itself possibly. So can you continue on that? How to download the Power BI? We'll see also.
Yeah, please, sir. Please.
Yes.
Okay. First, what you do is go to your my computer actually, and go to my computer here. Right click and see the properties here. What is your configuration of your computer? Now you can see here it is a 64-bit. Okay, 64-bit Windows actually. So you have to download, look for 64-bit version of your Power BI. Okay, so the compatibility will be there. That's very important. First thing. And what is your RAM you see here? 8 GB RAM here. So try to have 8 GB RAM so that the resource will be utilized properly. So don't otherwise opening itself takes so much time. If you have somebody have 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM, it can take some time because it's a very latest software. I need to have some, at least give some enough breathing space actually. Now let us go to the Power BI. What is do? Just Google here and here and download Power BI desktop. Type here Google and you'll get a first result. You'll get here powerbi.microsoft.com. Just click that one. Go there and you can see Power BI, Microsoft Power BI desktop. Go to advanced download options. Go there. You'll be able to get the dialog here English. Click download. Then you can see 64 and setup. So if you have 32-bit Windows, then you have to select for this option. And if you have 64-bit Windows, you can select for this option. Download it and install it. Okay, this is the way how you install the Power BI. Okay, once you go for next, it'll just give you download option. Automatically start downloading this file to your downloads. So download this, and once you download this, right click that file, and then install right administration. Okay, right save as administrator. Well, let me just show it also. How big is the file? Downloads 350 MB is there. Okay, no, just cancel this. I don't want to know. So for example, I have some download something is there. Okay, now here run is the option. Yeah, run as administrator. Just try to use run as administrator and install the Power BI actually. Okay, that is very important for you to install the Power BI. Okay, this is what how you install the Power BI. In case you don't have Office 365, you want to use Power Query, then what you do is try to see Power Query add-in for Excel. You go for that, then download Microsoft Power Query. Then you can install that. You can see the options here. Go to download. Then whether it is here in this case, if you do install, you should see the Excel. What is that? This compatibility. How to see that? Go to file. Go to options. Sorry, not this one. File. Go to account. Okay, in the account you can see here about Excel. You can see about Excel. Click this. Then you can see here 64-bit. You can see. So Excel is 64-bit. So Windows 32 64-bit is different thing. Excel 32-bit 64-bit is different thing. You can have 32-bit in Windows and 64-bit Excel also, but the compatibility will not be there, and the Excel can lag. So it's always preferred that you have Windows 64-bit, Excel 64-bit. It is always ideal for you to work with a large amount of data. So here 64-bit of Excel actually. So you have to look for 64-bit version of the Power Query also. So you can see this one you have to select here. Okay, select and install. So once you install, you'll be able to see the data that the Power Query ribbon for you to use. So now you got three things, three functions, and how to load the data. Power Query also we saw some example. You can try it out, and what now we can see. Maybe I'll just take you just another 5-10 minutes and how to load that the data also. I'll just show you. Now we saw how there's so much of data. Let me just show you this FNO data. Now I have FNO data here. Let me just store all the data here. For August, I have the data. You can see FNO bow copy. We just saw that each and every bow copy have 50,000 rows actually. So now here, how much of data is there for in 19 days are the total. So let me just show you calculator. 19 into say roughly 50,000 data is there. Okay, you don't want to see 53,000. So 9.5 lakhs of data is there. If you want to bring only this data, the Excel is completely exhausted. Now we'll see how we can get into the Excel only, but through a different mode through Power Query. So what I'll do here, I'll just close this now. For time being, close this, keep it the Excel ready. Control N, new file open here. What I do here, go to data. So the Power Query, there you can see the options here. Get data from file, from folder. Okay, so from file, from folder, because you can select one file also, you can select multiple files also. Now I want to select this data, all the data in a particular folder. August 21. Ensure that you have only the FNO data here. For example, by mistake you saved the cash market data into this. For example, cash market data comes like this. CM data 2021 August 2020. You see CM data, no cash market data. It's a different format. There is a different format. You mix up both, means then it get confused. But that's also possible. You can do it also by defining that what is the name you wanted to know. That's possible also. But for time being, just try to keep separate data, because there is no point in keeping cash market data, FNO data, this data, blah blah, everything in one file. But Power Query has the capability to filter only the different bulk of yours. That's also possible. But you, for your discipline purpose, keep separately. Now it will open. Now in this folder, whatever the files are there, you got here. You can see here all the files that are there. It is showing you. This is the data what you're seeing, and then you can see what is the folder name. Everything will show here. You can just confirm that. From here you can see whether by mistake cache market data is not there. You can check. If you have thousands of data, you cannot check this. At least now in this case you can check. Now what I'll do here, I'll click transform data. Now because you want to do the cleaning process or do some modification, some fixing, rectification, formula, logic, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Now you got something like this. So data is there and completely ready for transformation. Now each and every record, the file have 50,000 rows. Remember that. Now you can see some small arrow is there, some combined files. You can see here combined files, small down arrow you can show here. Just click that button. Now you're going to see expansion of the data. Now the each and every file is expands and all the data is getting opened up. With the sample of the first file, you can see here. Click OK. Once you click OK, now you can see all the files showing up. Only few files are shown here. You can see only 1000 rows are shown for reference purpose. No need to see all the file. Now, now all the data is coming into this. Now, what are things you don't want? You can delete. One extra column is there. You can just select here and delete column. Now we are doing a cleaning job actually. One thing you notice here, whatever we're doing cleaning job here, everything is recorded here. It's like a macro is recording, and every time the file is getting processed, it'll do the go to the, all the process here and does it actually. Now this is a name here. I don't want this name because as I mentioned, data management, each and every column is important. If it is record only, keep it. Otherwise, don't keep it to save the space. Now what I do, select here, delete the column. Now you see here, there is no one more recording happening because the same task you're doing repeating with different columns, so it will not record as an additional step. It is including part of the step. Now I want the future index, everything is wanted, expiry date I wanted, strike price I wanted, option type I wanted, open, high, low, close I wanted, settlement price I wanted, contracts value in lakhs. Everything is important for me. I want everything actually. Okay, so I want to decide what columns I wanted. Now the formats I want to know actually what formats are there, whether it is correct or wrong. I want to check that also. Somebody has unmuted. Please mute, please. Everybody mute, please. Okay, now select this column. You can see here what is the type. Date format is there, no problem. And this is a text format, no problem. You can just see the text, and this is a whole number, no problem. Option type text. This value what is select open. Decimal number, because you can see because decimals are there. Open, high, low, close, everything. The numbers you have to confirm. The format is fine. Otherwise, you'll not be able to use the data. But text, this is text means then you'll not be able to use the data. Timestamp, you can see here date format is there. Now, for example, you by mistake you change that this change open interest. You can't text actually. By mistake you change into text. Okay, then let me just text. By mistake you change it actually. After that, realize that okay, it is a mistake. Text issue number. Then go here, click this, remove this. That's it. At one step you remove. That's it. It's undo function. Okay. That's what you can do it by removing the wrong step. What are you doing? And here you shouldn't bother. So now we'll give some proper name. I'll here FNO data. I'll tell here FNO data name. You're given here name. Now the date name also given to this. And if you go to this advanced editor here, you can see the steps here. You don't bother about how it is storing or all. Nobody don't bother about this. Just showing some steps. Everything is kept in language. Like if you, for example, if you are C language, C++, Java, whatever, how it is, you have to type everything. This formulas, you have to type everything. But in this case, it is just typing on its own everything. You have to just do simple steps, user-friendly steps. I want this column, I want delete this column, I want the format. That's what you have to tell. That's it. Everything, the coding is done by the Power Query automatically. Now here, I'll introduce to Power Pivot also now actually, okay, so that it'll be easy for you to so much of data is there, so I don't want to bring all the data in Excel. Now you saw the data is there having so much of rows of data. We saw like almost for 19 days data. No? Here how much data is there? Calc here, and 19 data is there 50,000 rows. Now 9.5 lakhs of data is there. Now one more rule what it was that you should not have this redundant data. So that is important rule. Now what it is open interest, it is 0. I don't want that to come because it's not relevant for me. I'll just immediately just click and delete this. I don't want 0. Okay, that's it. Immediately directly you got almost 70% data disconnected actually. So it is pulling from the source almost how much of data? 10 lakhs of data. Immediately almost 1.5 lakhs of data is cutting. So the source data is as it is there. Source data, what we saw here, all the source data is there as it is. There is no problem with the source data. Entire 10 lakhs of data is there in this source data already. But what is does Power Query pulls all the data. What cleaning up you want to do, what cutting you want to do, everything is doing it and is keeping ready for you for your consumption reporting. Now I'll tell file, close and load to. Okay, just remember, if I tell close and load, you go to Excel. Let me just try that. Close and load, what happens? Now it is bringing it to Excel, but sometimes when you have a number of data is more huge, more than 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, that is a different ball game altogether. Now let us see here, 2,13,000 rows are there in this. Okay, now the data is not loaded here. You just see, you can see so much of data is there. It is into the Power Query actually. Now we are not getting the data here. We don't want that now. Now this data is so much. I want to use the data and store in different place. Now what I can do is there is an option called Power Query, Power Pivot actually. This is what I'm going to see, going to see in the tomorrow session possibly. Then we'll see that time. Now I want to make a report on this 2 lakh rows, whatever is there. I'll tell insert pivot table. I'll tell okay. You can tell this is a pivot table. I think many of you told that they don't know pivot table. You just see this. So go for insert pivot table. Tell okay. You can see FNO data. What you got here now. Tell me some report what you want from Bow copy. Somebody can tell what report you want from Bow copy. You know what are the columns are there. Can somebody tell?
Open is equal to I and open is equal to low.
No, basically what information you wanted, then we'll take separately that condition. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll put a condition and all, we'll try to do that. So what I'll do simply, I'll just pull some data, which basic information. We'll start with open, high, low, close. This 4 information I wanted, and I want, for example, for particular symbol I wanted, I'll select here in this filter, the top symbol. I'll take here the expiry date, and here expiry date wise I want, date wise also I wanted. So date wise also I wanted. So you're getting here this like this grouping and all. I don't want like this default thing. Right click here in this place until ungroup. We'll get here all the expiry date wise. Now I want for each and every expiry date wise time date wise I want. So 5th August expiry, you get date wise. 12th August expiry, you get date wise. You can get like this. And I have the format I can do it here. Right click here, number format, number 2 decimal. I can do like this. So this way I can do the fine tuning of number format, because cleaning is very important outside system. This number formatting control. Once you refresh, everything will be same only. For example, you get some data. If you want to remove the source data, delete some data here, and when you refresh, data will be gone from here. And add, for example, Monday you get a different Bow copy, post it here and refresh here. The same format will get it the way you wanted. Only one extra date will come. Okay. Now I want here for called ACC. I want from here. Click ACC. You get like this because it contains the call option, put option, futures, everything is there. Okay. So this data is not meaningful actually. So what we do here, I'm giving the basic pivot table report, how to make it, how user friendly, efficiently. And the next level of complication, whatever record with the formulas and all, we'll see in the next step. What we'll do is now something called slicer. We'll see. There is something called slicer. Inside the pivot table, you click insert slicer. Okay, now you'll get something like this. So what you do is here, I want whether it is option type, call option, put option, or futures. I want to know. Option type is one field is given by the NSE. This is the option type. Drag and drop like this. You just make it small so that it is user friendly. Now click call option, you get a call option. Put option, futures you want, you can get here. Anything you select here, you can get the everything. Okay, so this is the beauty of this pivot table with the slicer, user friendly. As you can see here, you can type this selected everything. Now, if you want to do the same thing like old fashion, you want to do like this, what you do is normally you go to option type, put here, then you go under type here everything one by one. Go and select here, call option, put option, you select here. That also will gain the same impact, but it's very user friendly. Click like this. This is very easy. Then going and selecting here. So that's a old fashion. This is a new fashion. This is the way how you do it. Now call option is select, now put option is selected here, and you want to know strike price also. Which strike price which is relevant for this, because this contains all strike price. I want to know which strike price. That also I'll use a slicer here. I'll click slicer, insert slicer, then strike price. Tell OK. Got strike price here. You can make like this. There are so many strike price here. So how would you simplify? We will see that also. Then select any particular strike price. You can select here. To want to any strike price, you can select here, and you'll be able to see only that one. So this way you can get the data. So much of data is there, and in no time you can see any particular stock. This also you can bring a slicer here. Insert slicer, stock name, symbol, and put here. Okay, and bring it here. HDFC. We'll remove the strike price. Then this also will remove here the feed symbol. Remove here. We'll have only slices actually. And delete this. So we'll only go for other enterprises, and we'll go for first you have to select this, then strike price, because only you select the strike price, then only strike price is relevant actually. Name of the company, HDFC Bank, then you select 1200, because whatever you select other enterprise, HDFC Bank, both have common strike price, so that will come, but not relevant. Then you go for HCL Technologies, you will see 900 you want to see, and 1000 you can select. So this is how you combine the pivot table, slicer, and see effectively any information you want in no time, using the slicer and using the pivot table format. Everybody is clear on this now? Now you can start practicing this with the FNO data, same what I've done, replicate that and try to see, because maybe looking it looks simple for you sometimes, but when you start practicing it might be face difficulty. Just see the video again and again and try to practice it. Before we start the next session tomorrow, you should be ready to use this actually, so that once you see the other formulas, how to maybe next level if you go, it'll be easy for you. Otherwise, it will find it difficult for getting into the next level actually. So can we close session today? Any doubts?
As far
Yes,
as
sir.
the doubts are concerned,
Yeah, tell me any doubts. Risil?
yeah, as far as doubts are concerned, now we will practice it, and if at all there is doubt, now we will either put it in the group or we will message you.
No. See,
Is it okay?
because it'll be difficult for me. Otherwise, what happens that I have to completely keep on checking that channel. What is it? I'll be having a problem. Because everybody have different doubt. Tomorrow morning, I said tomorrow second session 4 o'clock. When you start, that time you raise your doubts. Okay, like
Yeah,
we'll try
that's
to solve
absolutely acceptable. Yeah, acceptable.
Because everybody, because 25 members doubts I cannot clear one by one in the channel. So any doubts, because the same doubt can be other person also can have, so that other person will try to know that problem. Okay. So this file you want me to send also, or you can manage? You want to try it out?
Please send it.
Okay, I'll put in the channel. Okay, this is the bow copy pivot table. Okay, I will save this as a bow copy pivot table file. Save as Power Excel training, then bow copy pivot table. Okay, so this file also sent to you. Okay, the Telegram channel will post it, and after this I'll post the recording after some maybe process 5-10 minutes. That also will give. Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow 4 o'clock we'll meet again and with little more heavy subjects. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.